Tourism Burlington is celebrating the Big 5-0. And who would have thought that the last 5 decades started with an old fruit stand?
Staff from the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Burlington moving a refreshment stand from Mountainside Park down to Spencer Smith Park because the city felt that we really needed to be greeting visitors when they arrived in the City of Burlington. So that was in 1970, and that building was affectionately referred to as the Shack.
Tourism Burlington Executive Director Pam Belgrade says even in the 70s, it did not take long for the Shack to be upgraded, with some help from the Burlington Chamber of Commerce.
There was a new visitor center built on top of the Mohawk Canoe Club at the park in 1973. And that was coordinated by the Chamber of Commerce at that time. And they greeted a number of visitors and handed out information about all the great things to see and do back in the 70s.
Which brings us to today's visitor center, located on Locust Street in the heart of downtown Burlington, where newcomers still come to visit for many of the same sites from 50 years ago.
Back in those days, the Royal Botanical Gardens was probably the prime focus, and certainly the conservation areas, the waterfront, because we did have beautiful Spencer Smith Park, but there certainly wasn't as many things to see and do as we have now with all the events and attractions.
Belgrade says the city is a hub for tourism, from meetings and conventions to sports tournaments, and business has been booming from those travelers.
We get between 1.2 and 1.3 million visitors here in Burlington, so it's a significant economic generator for our community, and there's a number of tourism jobs here and tourism businesses.
Belgrade says there will be a big party this summer with many community partners who are also celebrating milestones this year.
We're going to have a celebration here on July 10th, which is exactly 50 years from the date the first Visitor Information Center opened. So we're going to have refreshments and entertainment and some celebrations with some of our other partners who are also celebrating this year. So Burlington Downtowns has their 40th Rib Fest, and Festival of Lights and Terry Fox have their 25th anniversary. So we're going to invite them to come and join the party.
For Halton News, I'm Natalie Stoberman.